Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Kimbyrleigha, and today I'm going to show you a quick, easy, inexpensive do-it-yourself project to fix your Louboutin shoes. So we're going to go from this to this in a matter of minutes. Let's do it. So this is going to be quick and easy. You're just going to need 3 tools. I'm going to show you where to get these. Just follow my links below and I'll show you the exact paint you're going to have to use. You can only use this paint because if you use something else like nail polish or something else, you're not going to get the right color, and that's really important when trying to refinish the bottoms of your Louboutins. So you're just going to want to get a piece of paper just to protect the floor when you're doing this, because obviously we're using paint, so that's going to be your first step. Second step is you're going to get your shoes that you need to repair. So as you can see, this one has a lot of wear on it. It's not bad up here, so I don't really need to worry about that, but definitely right here we need to refinish. The first thing you're going to be using is this paint. It's called Louboutin Red. Please don't use anything else because this is the exact color of the Louboutin bottoms. So I left the link for this below. The second tool you're going to need is just an ordinary nail file. You can use sandpaper, but honestly I didn't have time for that, so I just grabbed an ordinary nail file. You're going to want to clean your shoe off first. I just took a wet rag and just made sure to clean it. And then the second thing you want to do is just file it down a little bit. This is going to help the paint go on more smooth, and it's going to just make sure that there's no bumps or grooves in the shoe. This is pretty good. It's all we really need to do to the shoe. We've got a smooth surface, and now we're going to start painting. The next item you'll need is just a brush. I am not an artist. I'm not a professional at all. I just grabbed one of my makeup brushes, and this is just a brush by BH Cosmetics. What we're going to do next is obviously just open up the paint and set it right here. And then it's as easy as you probably think it is. Nothing special. I usually turn the shoe this way, and I just get some paint on there and I start painting. The one thing we want to make sure of is that you sort of taper off from where your shoe is not damaged. So it's going to be right about there. So I'm just always going to taper that and sort of blend it in up here with like short strokes and just make sure that it's kind of tapering off. And just down to the tip of the shoe. And we're just going to make sure it's all blended and that we have a really good coat. Be sure to be careful on the edges. We don't want our shoe to actually be painted red. Obviously I'm holding it up while I paint it. You can set it down more on the piece of paper, but honestly that wasn't really an issue for me. I just held it like this, and I wasn't really afraid that I would drip anything, but I did drip a couple of drops when I was doing this the first time, so you may just want to be careful and have something underneath you just in case. You really don't have to wait for it to dry before you go on to the next coat. I've noticed that I can just kind of go right over it with another coat just to make it thicker and cover some of those imperfections. And again, I'm making sort of very light-handed strokes on here because I don't want to smear it, so that it kind of blends in and blends over those blemishes. You definitely don't want a whole bunch of streaks in it, but you know what, girls? No one's really gonna put a really keen eyeball to this, so you can be kind of messy with it, but just try to make it as professional looking as possible. Now we're gonna let this dry because we need it to have a dry coat in order to do the next one. Between coats, I usually wash my paintbrush out just so that it doesn't dry up. So I'm gonna go do that while this is drying. And a trick that I've learned to make sure that my heel can dry properly, because you don't want to set it down like this, it will mess it up. A really easy way to dry your shoe, as long as you're not refinishing anything underneath this part of the heel, is to just put it on any old hanger and hang it somewhere where it's not going to touch the wall or get smudged by anything. So I just hung this from a hook in my bathroom. You can even hang the hanger on your shower curtain or anywhere you'd like, and we're going to wait till this dries. Okay, so the heel has been drying, and we're just going to go ahead and do a second coat just to cover up any of those imperfections and blemishes on the bottom of the shoe. Again, at the top here, just make sure you're blending short strokes and coming down to the tip of the shoe. The amount of coats that you're going to need depends on how damaged the bottom of the shoes are. And again, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect or covered, because from far away, you're not going to be able to tell, and you're going to have that beautiful glossy red finish. This is my shoe after 3 coats of paint, and I think it looks pretty good, but I think I'm going to do one more for good measure. And yes, this is the shoe from the other foot, but I'm doing them exactly the same, so I'm just using this one as an example because it was already dry. So there you have it. Very beautiful, perfect, and brand new, and super cheap. So I really hope you like this video, and I hope you have a fun time and a great time refinishing your Louboutins and getting them back to looking fancy. One last step you might want to do just to make them look even more authentic is, as you can see, the top is a lot shinier than what we did on the bottom. So I heard about an acrylic finisher, and that is this right here. I'll link it below for you guys in case you do want to buy this to make it extra shiny. I just put it into a cap. You don't really need much to do this. It's very simple. You're just going to dip your brush, and they say to use a sponge, which actually I would use a sponge if possible, because it is very, very liquidy, very watery. But what I did is I just took the same makeup brush and a paper towel, and I started just from the other shiny area of the shoe and worked my way down. It's okay if you overlap a little bit of the shiny part or the authentic part of the Louboutin, but as you can already see, it's really shined that area up a lot. So you just want to do this until the finisher is virtually undetectable because it is clear. You're just going to let the shoe dry just like I showed you before, and after it's finished, it's very shiny and it looks completely authentic, and it will match the authentic area of your Louboutin. Thank you all so much for watching my video. If you're not subscribed, consider doing so, because there's going to be a lot more videos just like this one.